Russian media has confirmed that the cruiser Moskva, its 12,000-ton Black Sea flagship, suffered a major explosion and has sunk. Ukraine claims to have struck the ship with 2 Neptune missiles, which Russia denies, saying only there was an ammunition explosion. At least one Ukrainian Bayraktar TB2 drone appears to have observed the event, and played a role in the destruction. Ukrainian officials say that Bayraktar was used to distract the Moskva's air defenses. This is possible, but seems unlikely, as the Moskva's anti-aircraft and anti-missile defenses are carried out by 2 distinct systems. Long-range SAN-6 Grumble long-range missiles would have been used against the Bayraktar, leaving its multi-barreled AK-630 cannons, the Russian equivalent to the US Phalanx system, free to engage incoming missiles. We know that the dynamic combat drone was involved from a couple of sources. One of them is a video the Russian military released in a tweet on Tuesday showing a missile launch from the Russian frigate Admiral Essen, claiming it shot down a Bayraktar. No impact is shown, indicating that the drones were in the area and possibly harassing the Russian vessels. We also have a Ukrainian video shot from the air with a night vision scope showing a burning warship in the distance, said to be the Moskva. It is not possible to verify this, but it tallies with the Ukrainian claim of Bayraktar in the area. As noted by defense blog Oryx, Ukraine's Naval Aviation Wing received its first Bayraktar TB2 last July. Although the drone is best known as a highly effective hunter-killer for taking out land targets with laser-guided missiles, it can also carry out missions over water. Specifically, it was bought to act as a spotter for Ukraine's Neptune anti-ship missiles. The idea is that the drone visually locates a target, so the missile battery only has to turn on its truck-mounted Mineral U radar momentarily to cue and launch missiles before switching off and becoming invisible again. However, before the war it seemed highly unlikely that the Neptune missiles would be ready in time, as they were not due to be operational until later this year. When Ukraine claimed to have hit the warship Admiral Essen with a Neptune on April 4, there was considerable skepticism. The Russians did not release any information, there was no imagery, and the ship has continued its mission as normal. It is also puzzling that Moskva's multi-barreled, radar-guided AK-630 cannons failed to do the job. Moskva has 6 of them positioned to give all-round protection. Any incoming missile should be targeted by at least 2 weapons, each firing 70 rounds per second. And while the US Navy's 20mm Phalanx rounds rely on impact, the 30mm Russian versions are explosive fragmentation rounds and in theory have a larger kill radius. Russian air defenses have consistently underperformed in this campaign, which may be all the explanation needed. Did the Bayraktars fire a wave of small missiles to distract the AK-630s at a critical time? It is worth noting that the AK-630 fires 400 rounds each time it engages and has a magazine of 2,000 rounds, so can only top 5 missiles maximum. A Bayraktar carries 4 and the Ukrainians say they launched 2 Neptunes. Nor do there appear to be any pictures or video of the Neptune batteries in action, or the missiles on their way. This is likely just good operational security, but it may be that the missiles are phantoms. As Oryx notes, the Bayraktar TB2's 4 MAML laser-guided missiles can also be used against naval targets, with a range of up to 14 kilometers. Such comparatively tiny missiles, about 50 pounds compared to Neptune's 2,000 pounds, could not do any real damage to a major warship. Unless they hit it in exactly the right spot. Defense source OSINT Technical tweeted, "One of the things to remember is that the Russian cruiser Moskva carries 16 times P-500 Basalt ASMs anti-ship missiles in external launch tubes. Each weighs about 10,600 pounds, and is made up of mostly explosive stuff. A hit to any of these units may cause some serious damage, or an ammunition explosion. This might help explain why the previous claimed Neptune strike on the Admiral Essen did so little, but the Moskva appears to have been completely destroyed. A small, precise weapon can bring the detonator and destroy targets filled with fuel and explosive which are waiting to go off, but will have no effect if it hits a random bulkhead. The Moskva is also protected by PK2 chaff dispensers. These are essentially short-barreled 140mm mortars firing shells which burst in the air to scatter clouds of chaff, strips of metallic foil which have a large radar signature.